It started on August 20th, 1990. Police were raiding a small warehouse in New York City under the suspicion of drug trafficking centered upon that building. No evidence was found in the warehouse except for a floppy disk labeled, "We cannot stop it." Officer Charles F. was assigned with the task of reviewing the contents of the floppy disk. 4 days later, he and the floppy disk disappeared. Charles is never seen again. The investigation is closed due to there being no more sufficient evidence after the loss of the floppy disk. On February 28th, 1994, Harriet G. of Alabama receives a letter with no return address or stamp. It contains another floppy disk, this one labeled, "History repeats itself," and a loose-leaf sheet of paper with, "You know the rules," written on it. Harriet inserts the floppy disk onto her computer the same day. Reports from her friends and family indicate that she acted very paranoid and irritable, and that she repeatedly murmured about something called the shift, until March 12th, 1994, when she hung herself. Both of the lost "We Cannot Stop It" and "History Repeats Itself" discs were later found on her corpse. Police confiscated both, and several days later they were stolen. No culprit for the theft has ever been found. From February 4th, 1998 to February 8th, 1998, Lawrence G. of Illinois receives numerous phone calls from several numbers with unregistered area codes asking to meet us at. Lawrence finally complies, but finds no one else there, only a small black briefcase with the number 4444 printed on it. When he returns home, he finds the briefcase contains a note saying, "The shift is coming down," and yet another floppy disk labeled, "Shift 4. Lawrence went into a coma 4 days after uploading the disk to his computer and was pronounced dead on July 4th, 2002. The Shift 4 disk has since disappeared, but "We Cannot Stop It" and "History Repeats Itself" are rumored to still be around. In spite of this, no one has ever claimed to know the contents of any of the 3 floppy disks. This is all of what I've uncovered in my ceaseless research of a little-known paranormal phenomenon called the shift. My interest was first piqued when a friend of mine was repeatedly receiving calls from a number that had an unregistered area code. According to him, each call would begin with an upbeat dial tone jingle, and then what sounded like a female operator would say a string of numbers, and then the phrase, "We have prepared the way for you." Interested, I started to search up on strange phone calls like these. I came across the shift, which was basically pieced together over a scattered series of obscure websites and blogs containing small bits of information about it. I collected enough information over several days to formulate the snippets above. This unnerved me slightly, but nevertheless, he and I thought it was a prank until he received the last call from the unregistered number on March 25th, 2010, which began with the normal dial tone jingle and then the numbers, and finally, the voice said at such a high volume that even I could hear it from the other room, "The shift is coming down." Right after he hung up, his doorbell rang. When we opened the door, there was nobody there. Only a small black briefcase with 55555 printed on it. It contained a note saying, "Return where we began," and a disc labeled Shift 5. Having knowledge of the fates of the previous owners of these discs concerning the shift, I warned him not to put her on his computer. He refused to listen. Thus, I refused to be in the same room with him while he viewed the contents of the disc. 5 minutes later, he walked out of the room, eyes widened and skin as white as a ghost. He fell to the floor, having a massive seizure. He was admitted to the hospital and just died today. I managed to get my hands on the disc. I reviewed it minutes ago and have suffered no life-threatening effects, though I'd rather not post the images it contained. They were very, very mindfuck-worthy, and I can't really describe them. But if I posted them, I guarantee it would not sit well with many, many people. Anyways, that's my story. And other people might know, so maybe you guys know about
Reboot. It started on August 20th, 1990. Police were raiding a small warehouse in New York City under the suspicion of a drug trafficking centered upon that building. No evidence was found in the warehouse except a floppy disk labeled, "We cannot stop it." Officer Charles F. was assigned the task of reviewing the contents of the floppy disk. 4 days later, he and the floppy disk disappeared. Charles is never seen again. The investigation is closed due to there being no more sufficient evidence after the loss of the floppy disk. It is my conclusion that the shift is merely a myth. Please ignore this and move along.